Does it change for you to actually know going into a week that you're going to be the starting quarterback?
Definitely a big mindset adjustment. You know, you kind of, I mean, you want to say that you're going to prepare like you're the starter no matter what, but it's a little different when you actually know, and it's a little more calming in a way, and you can kind of prepare like, you know, get all the ones reps and prepare like you're going to be the starter. And you know, like I said, you kind of want to do that when you're the backup, but it's just a little different when you really know.
What did Will Howard do the best on Saturday?
I feel like I did a good job of taking what the defense gave me. You know, I feel like my first 2 years here, I kind of forced some things and would kind of get a little, you know, kind of jacked up in the pocket and just make, you know, kind of decisions that I didn't really need to. And I feel like I did a good job of kind of, you know, taking things one step at a time, and not trying to force things into windows that I didn't have. And you know, there's still a lot of stuff I need to work on. Even that, you know, there's some plays that, you know, I wish I could have back, and the team wishes they could have back. But you know, I think that's one thing I definitely got better at.
The next question: what do you take away from that game that you really need to work on?
I feel like definitely want to be better with my feet. You know, I feel like in the past 2 years I've definitely, you know, been able to hurt guys with my feet a little more, and I kind of want to be able to show that, you know, be a little more dynamic in the run game. You know, and not be just seen as like a pocket passer, you know, kind of a stiff guy. It's kind of funny because I was seen more last year as like a running quarterback, and this year I'm seen as kind of a stiff back there, I guess people would like to say. But like, you know, it's funny, but you know, definitely that.
You and Coach, you kind of talked about how the game slowed down for you.
Mm-hmm.
What does that actually mean to you? What's it, you know, what are you seeing that makes you feel that way?
Definitely, I mean, with experience, you know, being a young kid in there 2 years ago, not really understanding, you know, even the offensive scheme, kind of still working through, you know, what we were trying to do offensively, and now just kind of being able to sit back there and just dissect the defense. Kind of, you know, the offense is just the back of my hand right now, just because I've been in the system so long, and you know, just like I said, you know, when I was a young kid, kind of going through those struggles, and you know, you don't really see it in the moment, but those things kind of help prepare me for what I'm going through now, and you know, it's kind of cool to kind of see things come full circle a little bit, but there's still so much work to do, and I'm excited for it.
Is this as close to a homecoming game as Will Howard gets in the Big 12?
Absolutely, yeah. No, it's only 4.5 hours away, so I'll have a lot of people there, and you know, as far as the Big 12 goes, there's not a lot of games we get to play out east, so I'm excited for it, and definitely been thinking about this one.
Do you play against any defenses comparable to what West Virginia will show?
West Virginia's a good defense. They got a lot of good athletes. They've kind of struggling to, I think, find their identity, and have kind of thrown a lot of stuff out, and there's a part of that that's a little scary. You know, you don't really know what they're going to show, but you know, I feel like every game you kind of get into the flow of things. You kind of see what they're gonna do. But man, we got a challenge. They're a really good home team. We know that you know, it's always hard to play in Morgantown, and you know, we're excited for the challenge though. You know, we're gonna come out fired up.
With their monster back, I think they call it a bandit. Is that a different element from what a lot of teams show?
A little bit. You know, I feel like they've done a little less of that this year. They've kind of mixed up their personnels. They have a lot of in the back. They have a lot of different dudes doing a lot of different things. We're still kind of trying to figure that out, and I get, you know, we'll see what their plan is. You know, I feel like the last couple weeks, you know, some teams have shown a little different things than they were showing on film. But you know, we adjusted really well, and we're prepared for it, and you know, so we'll see what they do. But I think we're going to be ready for it.
Well, what is Coach Klein, you know, in this process, right? As you said, you're not sure when you're going to play or not. What has he meant to you in this process, and to get this offense just continue to roll when you're under center?
It means the world. You know, when you're back there and you're the quarterback, you can feel the confidence of your play caller in you and in the team through the play calls. And you know, just seeing, you know, kind of feeling that and feeling the aggressive mindset of Coach has meant a lot to me, and it feels like he believes in me and he believes in us, and I believe in my guys. You know, I'm gonna put it up there and let them go make some plays. So, but no, our relationship's great, and you know, the quarterback room is better than, you know, it ever. You know, it's always been really great since I've been here, and you know, I can't thank those guys enough. And we get along so well, and it's really positive to have that, you know, at your back.
We know that you guys go one game at a time. Is it harder to go one game at a time right now, given the next game you got a rivalry game, and then you might have a Big 12 championship to play in after that?
Not thinking about that. You know, we're just thinking about West Virginia. You know, I've definitely wanted to play these guys back in Morgantown. I remember the game we had in 2020. You know, wasn't ideal for me and for us, and there's a lot of tough things going on at the time. But you know, I'm excited to get after these guys. You know, I feel like that's just kind of who we are. We're a process-driven, you know, one day at a time, one play at a time kind of team, and that's how we've found success so far. And we know that that's how we're going to have to operate moving forward to be successful.
You guys did a lot of damage with screen passes, stuff in the flat with Deuce last game. Why is that such a good play for the Wildcats?
It's easy, you know, and when they, you know, kind of what they were doing was they were vacating some zones, and we ran some hot protections where Deuce was just going out into the flat right now, and I was responsible for that guy, and if he leaves that area, Deuce goes and fills it, and you know that's the open spot. You know, a lot of people say you want to throw into pressure because there's somebody leaving, you know, and Deuce was right there, and you know, credit to Deuce for making some really good catches and some really good plays. Speaking of the devil, yeah.
I know coming into the season, you know, there's a lot of talk about you maybe redshirting.
Yeah.
It seems like that's maybe out the window now. Are you comfortable playing, going the rest of the distance?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, with everything that we know is in front of us, and you know we control our own destiny. It's exciting because, you know, obviously that was the plan coming in, but we knew that, you know, no matter what, with what's in front of us, it's exciting, and I'm ready to take over and to do what I can for this team, because you know this is what our goal has been, you know, and everything that is in front of us and everything that we're playing for right now is what we've been talking about for, you know, the 3 years that I've been here and for all of this year, and you know, it's cool.
The fact that you've got you still have 2 more years after this. I mean, if you took a third year, you'd probably be what, 30 or?
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. You know, I'm trying not to think about that right now. I'm kind of a live in the moment kind of guy, and as of right now, you know, I'm worried about West Virginia and beating West Virginia, because that's my job this week. You know, I'm all about the team, and I want to help this team succeed, and I know how much talent we have on this team and how good we can be, and I'm just excited to get out there and see how we execute.
Well, you said you're ready to take over the offense. Can you explain how much more ready you are to take over starting quarterback duties compared to your freshman or sophomore year?
Yeah, you know, everybody kind of says, you know, with experience you get better, and now that I've had 2 years under my belt and been in this system for a while, there's no better thing to get you ready than real game experience and being out there and bullets flying, and now that I've kind of had 2 years of that, it's like going out there is not really overwhelming anymore. You know, it's more just like, you know, this is my job, let's go out there, get it done, and because I've been there, and it's cool to kind of more focus just on your job, focus on getting things done.